It is the sacred teaching of our honored ancestors that to do that which is of value is forever. A person called forth by her work does not die, for her name is raised and remembered because of it. And so we raise and praise the name of Nana Val Gray Ward, who has passed in peace, risen in radiance in the heavens, and now sits in the sacred circle of the ancestors, among the doers of good, the righteous, and the rightfully rewarded. In honoring her, let us raise her 5 royal and righteous praise names in rightful remembrance of the tradition of our ancestors of ancient Egypt, Kemet, for all the good and beauty she has created and given us and the world. And let us learn these names in rightful remembrance of the awesome and enduring legacy she has left us and the world. Let us raise and praise her in a royal and rightful name, Royal One, righteously Royal One, in the way she lived her life, did her work, and waged the struggle for her people. We say righteously and rightful Royal One, for as Kawaida philosophy teaches, there is no royalty except in righteousness, and no aristocracy except in service, as Nana Marcus Garvey taught us. She came in the midst of the black liberation movement as we as a people struggled to be ourselves and to free ourselves. And she took the position that she would also be an all-season soldier and servant and righteous struggle for her people, especially through being good and bringing good and beauty in the world. And thus she sought to produce an art reflective and respectful of black people, as we say in Kawaida, an art that is functional, that is to say, useful to our life and liberation as a people, collective, that is to say, from and for our people, and committed, that is to say, dedicated to serving, liberating, and uplifting our people. It is the love of her people that caused her to serve. It is the love of the art that caused her to excel. We raise and praise her also in her rightful royal name, Creative One. She who imitated the Creator, who in the Mayan ancient Egyptian creation narrative reached inside the infinite ocean of possibilities of himself, and with his own heart, mind, and speech, created and conceived and brought into being the world. We know and honor in her creativity, and we honor her in her creative names of actor, artist, artistic director, performer, producer, mother, molder and nurturer of boys and girls, women and men, teacher and sharer of art and good, wherever the people are, taking the art to them in their homes, churches, schools, taverns, clubs, prisons, projects, and community centers. And in her creativity, Nana Val Gray Ward answers Nana Langston Hughes' call in his poem, Notes on Commercial Theater, to black creatives to save the originality, the unique creativity, the soulfulness and self-defining character of black art. She was determined to reclaim black art, she said, from the misreputation of those she called, quote, artistic incompetence, unquote. She read Nana Hughes' poem at the beginning of her presentation to remind us and to reaffirm her in her own position. Nana Hughes said that people are mixing and fixing up our music and our literature and our art in general so that it no longer reflects or represents us as a people. But he hoped and decided in his poem, saying, quote, someday somebody will stand up and talk about me and write about me, black and beautiful, and sing about me and put on plays about me. I reckon it'll be me, myself. Yes, it'll be me, unquote. And it was she and the women and men of the 60s and before that stood up and practiced the dignity affirming and life-enhancing self-determination Nana Langston Hughes called for and practiced. Let us also raise and praise her in her name, placemaker, a praise name of the Creator who made place out of no place. Let us call her creator of space and art, space so that art and artists could come into being, grow and flourish, and share their excellence and uplifting message with the people among themselves. She built this space, this institution called Kuumba Theater. She named it after the sixth principle of the Nguzo Saba, that is to say, the seven principles. The sixth principle of Kwanzaa, right? Both rooted in Kawaida philosophy. And she embraced and expresses the principle's meaning, which is, quote, to do always as much as we can, in the way that we can, in order to leave our community more beautiful and beneficial than we inherited. It is a space she has created for youth and adults, for uniting generations in cooperative creation, celebration, and sharing a co-created goodness and beauty for all of us. Sponsoring plays and poetry reading, exhibits, writing workshops, book parties, films, and forums. Let us also raise and praise her in her name, True Teller. Speak of the sacred and soulful, the rich, varied, and valuable truth of our people. This ancient and ongoing people, this self-confirmed and sufficient in themselves people. She told us and the world, quote, I want to use theater to explore every mood, attitude, variation, and lifestyle of the black experience and portraying positive images while I'm at it. Usually the result is provocative drama, unquote. And let us also raise and praise her in her righteous and royal name, Soul Sister, of the highest and deepest level. Soul Sister friend, who added an extra and extended good and beauty to our lives. And she herself flowered in the fields of her friendships, gleaning and reciprocating the good, the beautiful, the joyful, the liberating, and the uplifting. Among her soul sister and soul brother friends, she counted Nana Gwen Brooks, Nana Margaret Burrs, Nana Hoyt Fuller, Nana Sammy Davis, Nana James Baldwin, Hakeem Matabuti, and others of similar soul and spirit. Hakeem Matabuti, master poet, institution builder, and waymaker in his own right, says of this his soul sister friend, Nana Val Gray Ward, quote, this is our Val Gray Ward, Gwendolyn Brooks, dear sister, Chicago's on point fire voice, best words, ironwood dancer, actor, truth teller, and I'm coming with or without an invitation, unquote. So black people, African people, our people, and the whole world, behold, Nana Val Gray Ward has come, created, brought good, beauty, and joy, and left an enduring legacy for us and the world. She has built for eternity and thus will live for eternity as the ancestors taught. And so we say to her, as the ancestors also taught us to say of those so greatly loved and honored. Nana Val, we say, you will always be for us a glorious spirit in heaven and a continuing powerful presence on earth. You are counted and honored among the ancestors. Your name shall endure as a monument, and the good you've done on earth shall never perish or pass away. Hotep, Ashe, Hedi.